France was taken by surprise as the Dutch government announced that it had purchased a 14% stake in Air France-KLM. It's an attempt to counter French influence. The airline's shares fell sharply following the announcement, and we are going to get some analysis on this from our European affairs journalist Stéphane de Vries, who's in Paris. Morning to you, Stéphane. Just bring us up to date. Where has this diplomatic spat got to now?
Yeah, good morning, Belle. Well, it all started about 15 years ago when Air France took over KLM, the Dutch airliner. At the time, KLM was almost broke. But now, 15 years later, KLM is actually a success story. It's making 80% of the profits of the group Air France-KLM. But the Dutch, they fear that the French want to take the money from KLM to invest in the ailing Air France airliner. Now, this is all old news, but somehow, suddenly, the Dutch government became nervous last week, and in a couple of days it acquired for over 750 million euros of stakes. They have now a 14% stake in Air France-KLM. The same amount of shares is owned by the French government. So the Dutch, they are hoping that they will get more influence on the group, especially to protect the status of the airport of Amsterdam, Schiphol, which has grown in 15 years to be the #1 or the #2 airport on the European mainland. And the French, well, they were completely taken by surprise. They were very angry. The Minister of Economy yesterday, they used the terms of a hostile takeover and an attitude that's not something you do between friends. So the Dutch have a lot to explain. Analysts do not really understand why the Dutch government is now doing this, nor do the French, but tomorrow the Dutch Minister of Economy will come to Paris to explain what is the strategy of the Dutch government.